Okay, I'm making a new video on radical simplification because the last one did not meet School of Chuck standards. So here's a new one, and we're just going to kind of go over some stuff, alright? Okay, let's just start out. Look, you guys already know this. I know that, but we're just going to kind of go into here and think about it for a little bit, okay? So, okay, square root of 4 is 2 because 2 times 2 is equal to 4, okay? Now, what we're dealing with here is a subject called the principal square root, okay? And it's kind of, if we write this in its plain, you know, a mathematical, kind of like I don't know, like a generic, ambiguous way, we would want to, whatever is underneath the radical side, would want to write it as a square, okay? So let's just say we have an n squared. N stands for number, okay? Mathematically, what we say is that this, that this is equal to the absolute value of n, okay? And that's because negative n times negative n is, that's also equal to n squared, okay? So you've got two sets of numbers that, basically satisfy these problems, and you'd have negative 2 times negative 2 is 4, so let's just, for starters, let's just go ahead and keep in mind that we're going to be working with the principal square root, and, and we'll go from there, okay? Okay, so basically, okay, let's go back to square root of 4, okay? We can rewrite this as 2 times 2, okay? And this is the square root of 4. So what we have here, and this is the way I like to do it, is we end up with a little pair of numbers here. Okay, we end up with a little pair of numbers, and if we had 9, we'd have 3 times 3. Okay, so there again, that's our little pair of numbers down here. So. Ooh, and I didn't even put it on the screen. Okay, cool. All right, but you can see it now. So with square roots, we always end up dealing with a pair of numbers. Okay, so let's just kind of work through some examples right here, and I'm just gonna make them up. I'm not looking them out of the book, so if I screw up, I'm sorry, but if I screwed up this, I'm in trouble anyway. Okay, so let's just take square root of 50, okay? And they might ask you, hey, simplify this. Okay, well, let's just draw a big radical sign right there, and let's think about this. Well, we got 5 times 10, don't we? And we can also take 10, okay, we can cross that out, and that's equal to 5 times 2. So let's just go ahead and rewrite that. So now we got 5 times 5 times 2. Okay, well, we'll just go ahead and call, what we do, here's that pair of numbers I was talking about, we'll pull the pair of numbers out, and once we pull them out of the radical, it becomes one number. It's not really a mathematical way of looking at it, but hey, it works, right? Okay, see how I did that? Not too bad, not too bad. So let's do this. Let's say I have 18. Square root of 18. Okay, well, let's see here. That's what, 9 times 2? Okay. And that's equal to 3 times 3 times 2. Okay. So that would be 6 times 3 equals 18. So here's our little pair of numbers. So we're going to pull them out of the radical. Once they come out of the radical, they become 1, okay? Not too bad, right? Not too bad. Let's change it up and let's get the color, it looks like green. Okay. Alright, let's start again and let's say I have x to the 5th. I'm going to take the square root of that. Well, it looks like, what do I have here? It looks like I have x squared times x squared times x to the 1, right? Remember, if you have like bases, we just add them all up. Okay, so just over here on the side, x to the that's equal to x to the 2 plus 2 plus 1. Okay, so we're down here, and voila. Might not seem completely obvious at first, but hey, you know, we got a pair of numbers there, don't we? So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pull them out of the radical, and then they become 1. Ta-da! There you go, okay? Let's see here. What about a couple more? What about a couple more here? Well, not if I don't get the paper undone. Okay, so here's another one. Let's go X, Y, Z. Okay, how are we going to simplify this one? I don't see any pairs here at all, do I? So there's really nothing else we can do. We are done by circumstance. Okay, let's see here. So let's go 8 x squared y to the 3rd, and let's do some radical stuff on that one. Okay, so let's check this out. This green kind of sucks on here, at least on the camera it does. I think I'm gonna go back to red. Okay, so 8, that's a 2 times 2 times 2, right? And then we've got x times x. Then we got y times y times y. That's all under the radical. So we have some pairs here that we can work with. So right there I see one, right there I see one. Alright, let's yank them out, and now they'll become 1. You know, when I say 1, I mean there's just one of them now that we remove them. And we're left with what? Just a 2 and a y, right? So we really didn't need all this other bracketry here, did we? Little more than we wanted. So I don't know. I mean, that's I guess an improvement from my other video. I don't know, maybe, but there you go. So thanks for watching that, and take this stuff and run with it. Go simplify some radicals, have fun, and I'll see you in the other videos.